Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
So Papa John's is channeling the city of brotherly love as it brings back a limited time only favorite to their menu. And guess what? This is also my very first time I'm trying it too. That's right, you already know what it is. It's the return of the Philly Cheesesteak Pizza, and definitely a very glorious sight indeed. My very first time checking this out, and I gotta say it looks really, really great. Of course, we've got that standard Papa John's crust right there, as you can see, nicely toasted at the very end, and in the middle, all the good stuff. Apparently this has got steak from the original Cheesesteak Company, along with some freshly cut onions. We've got some green peppers and a combination of cheeses that include Fontina, Asiago, Provolone, and definitely the Mozzarella goodness in there in effect. Let's get a little closer in and take a look at all of this bubbling goodness. Man, the smell is really awesome on this, and I gotta say, very curious to try this Philly sauce that it's got underneath. Looking really, really great, and of course we are most definitely gonna be going in on some of that garlic sauce goodness right over here. I definitely dig this for sure. It's my favorite. And guys, again, the smell is insane. For a rainy day when I'm filming this right now, this is definitely hitting the spot already. It's warming up the car nicely, and I gotta say again, the presentation looks really, really appetizing. It's the returning Philly Cheesesteak Pizza here at Papa John's. Let's peep out this flavor. Yes, sir, lots of awesome aroma in my car right now with that baked crust along with the steak and all of that cheese. Let's dive in. It's my first time going in on the returning Philly Cheesesteak Pizza here at Papa John's. Super fresh. And hey, it should be, as you guys saw at the top of this review when it came out of the oven, nice and bubbly, nice and hot, and that really sets the tone right away. The flavor is pretty decent. I have to admit, that very first bite, I got a lot of onion, and the sauce itself was a little bit stronger than I thought it was gonna be. I really almost taste like provolone, believe it or not. I'm not really tasting the rest of the cheese just yet, but I do like the fact that the steak is standing out along with it. Let's keep going. The steak has a slight marinade to it. It's just a little bit saltier, so it does stand out along with that sauce. And then you get all the other goodies this one has to offer with the onions and the green peppers. And like I said, guys, the freshness of it is on point. Very, very well done so far. But again, that sauce is super interesting to me. It really is kind of like a provolone type of flavor is what I'm getting here. I'm trying not to think that it's like Alfredo, but it's got like the consistency of that. But I do like the fact that it melds very nicely with the onions. The nice crunchiness is really awesome on this. And overall, it's just a very delicious pizza, guys. Not necessarily Philly cheesesteak in essence, possibly, but I really like the fact that it's more of an open face situation, if you can call it that. I do like the flavor though. It is definitely tasty. Still, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, I got a mouthful of onions with that one, and I'm absolutely digging that because I love onions, whether they're grilled or raw. They definitely add to whatever I'm reviewing. But I gotta say, guys, the cheese itself is taking a little bit of a back seat to everything else on this with that sauce. While I'm definitely not hating on the fact that there's plenty of cheese on here, it really is the sauce that's overtaking everything on this one, so I'm not really tasting all the other stuff that this one has, but I do like the fact that still the steak is coming through on top of those onions. Now, you know what? It is time we go for a dip in that garlic sauce because I've been putting this off long enough, and I want to get into this. Let's do it. The garlic sauce is magical in and of itself, so I can only imagine what it's going to add to this overall experience right now, and it looks really, really great already. And you know what's even better about this before I even take the first bite? The actual aroma completely sets the tone because it's very strong in garlic and very strong in butter. Here we go. It makes everything incredible. I love it. That is exactly what this pizza needed right now. They should just do a pizza with garlic sauce as the sauce itself. I don't know why they haven't done that yet, but it really needs to be done, guys. The flavor is incredible with it, and it really brings out the onions and brings out the steak even more, and just the butteriness overall. It is just really, really tasty. Let me go for a little bit of the crust real fast as well. Oh man. You do realize this is just an excuse to keep going with this, right? I think I'm gonna. Heaven. Pure heaven. I'm almost singing. Fantastic. So here's another close-up shot just to round this one out. Definitely a very tasty specialty pizza, guys. I'm really glad that I tried this for my first time, and I do like the fact that it has all of the main ingredients of what a Philly cheesesteak should have, but with a very interesting sauce, like I said, that reminds me almost of a provolone / Alfredo situation, and it's definitely different enough because it really does kind of overtake everything else on here, minus the onions and minus the steak, but very, very nicely done. I just wish the other cheese itself stood out just a little bit more, but still very delicious. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, that garlic sauce, which is definitely my favorite, is easily something I'd recommend trying this pizza with, if not any of the pizzas here at Papa John's with. It is truly a magical situation. So with all that being said, I'm gonna have to give the returning Philly Cheesesteak Pizza here at Papa John's a pretty solid 8.2 out of 10, almost to the 8.5 range with this one, guys. If only some of the other ingredients stood out just a little bit more, it definitely would have scored just a bit higher. But hey, what did stand out, namely the onions, the sauce, and that steak, was definitely a highlight. And overall, like I said, it was freshly baked, it was bubbly, and truly delicious, and of course, even more amazing with that garlic sauce. Now the question is, garlic sauce or not, are you gonna give this one a try? For any of you guys who are fans of this Philly Cheesesteak Pizza to begin with, are you glad that it's back on the menu? And if you've never tried it before, are you gonna? Drop those comments down below and definitely let me know. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another episode of Peep This Out, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So while you stay tuned for the next review coming real soon, in the meantime, stay frosty. I'm going back to Philly. I'm going back to Philly for a second slice. All right, guys, until next time, I'll talk to you soon.